It is time for Unlimited Blade Works. For those watching, possibly for the first time, I've seen the anime for this route. I just finished playing through the Fate route. So basically the way I'm going to approach this is I'm going to just go for all the bad and dead ends right on my first playthrough. So hopefully get a... I can't get 100% the first time through because I have to get true end and the good end. So, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just going to go through and kill Shiro. So let's go. Here we go. It all happens in an instant. There's a man in red in front of Saber. Man in red is in an unfavorable position after being attacked by Saber, and he's about to receive a fatal blow. Oh yeah, by the way, I started here. This is probably why the text's going fast. I started right here, then like a few pages in, I had to go. I was like, shit, I can't just like I started over. Behind them, person watching Saber from behind that man is someone I know. I reach out with my left hand and call out. I don't know who that man in red is, but I'm sure Saber will attack the person behind the man after she defeats him. Can't let that happen. I can't let Saber attack her.
Yamero, Saber!
Kashing. Yeah, we all know what's going on here. What I'm wondering is what the first bad ending is going to be. I feel a sharp pain because there's one before you decline Rin. Or before you get the bad ending, not declining Rin, but before you get the bad ending in the school. I feel sharp pain when the marks on my hand disappears. Its place. Saber halts her blow, which should not have been possible to stop. Silver armor hesitates for an instant. Using that opening, the man in red quickly gets away. Sure of it. That's the guy that was fighting Lancer. The girl behind him is... I don't want to believe so, but is it really?
正気ですか、シロ。今なら確実にアーチャーとそのマスターを倒せた。だというのに、レイジを使ってまでその機会を逃すとは。
Could I have done? I don't understand the situation at all. I stopped Saber only because I didn't want to see her slash at the girl who saved me.
マスター、指示を撤回してください。あなたがそのような態度では、倒せる相手も倒せなくなる。
Saber readies the object in her hands again. In front of her is a red man she could not slay.
違う、やめてくれ、セイバー。正直、俺には何が何だかわからない。それでも、お前が襲いかかろうとしている奴は、俺が知っている奴なんだ。それを襲わせるなんてできない。
何を言うのです。彼女はアーチャーのマスターだ。私たちの敵なのですから、ここで仕留めておかなければ。
Enemy? You and the man in red are enemies?
そんなことは知らない。大体な、マスターなんて言ってるけど、こっちは点でわからないんだ。俺のことをマスターなんて呼ぶんなら、少しは説明するのが筋ってもんだろう。
それはそうですが、しかし。
Then.
つまりそういうことなわけね。素人のマスターさん。
Best girl. I love Saber now, but on Rain, man. He calls out to me with a polite yet harsh voice. I turn around, I see the man in red and the girl in her school uniform. Yo, they match like crazy. I gasp. So I wasn't seeing things. The person with the man in red is definitely that Tohsaka Rin.
Tohsaka Rin.
How should I put this? Even I can tell that the man behind Tohsaka isn't human. I think is not of this world, just like Saber. Then if Tohsaka's with him, she's also... Oh yeah.
何？私のこと知ってるんだ。なんだ。なら話は早いわよね。
And we just got something that is not clear at all in the anime, and it's obviously getting Shiro's internal monologue. Here he was able to immediately ascertain like, yo, Archer, servant. Tohsaka is with him. She's obviously his master. But in the anime, because you don't get any of that, it just makes Shiro look clueless all the time. But really, he's like always like analyzing. He just doesn't understand what's going on fully yet. He doesn't understand masters and servants yet, but he's putting it together. I don't know what her intentions are. But Tohsaka greets me with a big smile. Troubled. When she greets me normally like that, I can almost forget about all these strange events and just greet her too.
カかお前。こんばんはってそんな場合じゃないだろう。トサカ、お前は。
ええ、あなたと同じマスターよ。つまりは魔術師ってことになるわね。お互い似たようなものだし、隠す必要はないでしょ。
魔術師だって。そんな、お前魔術師なのか、トサカ。
My eyes widen and I point at Tohsaka.
Uh.
Crap. I don't know why, but she's looking at me with real irritation.
いや違う。言いたいのはそういうことじゃなくて。
そう、納得いったわ。要するにそういうことなわけね、あなた。
Taking a look at us, she turns to the man behind her.
あーちゃん、悪いけどしばらく霊体になっててもらえる？私ちょっと頭にきたから。
それは構わないが、頭にきたとはどういう意味だ？
言葉通りよ。腹いせに現状を思い知らせてやらないと気が済まなくなったの。それまであなたの出番はないから消えていて。あなたがいたらセイバーだって剣を収められないでしょ。
また難儀なことを。ま、命令とあらば従うだけだが、一つ忠告すると、君は余分なことをしようとしているぞ。
Man literally disappears.
トサカ、今の。
いいから話は中でしましょう。どうせ何も分かってないんでしょう、エミヤ君は。安心して。嫌だって言っても全部教えてあげるから。
Saying this, she walks toward the entrance.
待てトサカ、何考えてんだお前。
I stop her. Then she turns and the smile on her face isn't like the previous one.
バカね、いろいろ考えてるわよ。だから話をしようって言ってるんじゃない。エミヤ君、突然の事態に驚くのもいいけど、素直に認めないと命取りって時もあるのよ。ちなみに今がその時だって分かって。分かればよろしい。それじゃあ行こっか、エミヤ君のお家にね。あなたもそれでいいでしょ、セイバー。見逃してもらったお礼にあなたのマスターにいろいろ教えてあげるんだから。
いいでしょう。何のつもりかは知りませんが、あなたがマスターの助けになる限りは控えます。
Very level-headed response from Saber. Tohsaka goes through the gate.
なんかすげえ怒ってるぞ、あいつ。
I don't know why though. I don't know, but
それにしたってあいつ。
totally unlike the way she is at school. So I'm in a strange situation. In front of me is the school #1 idol whom I admire, Tohsaka Rin. Following silently behind me is Saber, who calls herself a servant. Oh, hallway suddenly feels like part of a different dimension. I can't be a coward forever. Magist, even if I'm just an amateur. Tohsaka Rin, a magist just like me, is acting boldly, so I have to act firmly as well. I can only work out a few things. First, about Saber, who's following me. Sure that she's some kind of a familiar because she calls me master and I've made a contract with her. Or that a familiar is a kind of assistant. Whilst magi transfer a part of their body into something and then summon it as another self. It is something that assists the magus. Consequently, it's commonly accepted that small animals are the most suitable as to reduce the burden on the magus. So I've been taught, but
何かあるのですか？
いや、なんでもない。
Saber looks human no matter how you look at her, and she's clearly superior to me, her master. I don't have the magical energy to control someone like that, and more than that, I don't have the magic circuit to summon a familiar. He's like just doing the math in his head. Well, Saber must rather be something else than a familiar. That she's a servant. I don't know what that is, but I think the man called Lancer and the man in red with Tohsaka were the same thing. Saber called Tohsaka master as well. It's magi with the servant are called masters. Tohsaka is a magus as well, but I have no idea who she is. I mean, our family are just outsiders who came to this town in my father's generation. That's why I didn't know that Tohsaka was a magus, and I'm sure Tohsaka didn't know that I knew magic. There are several magi in this town that I don't know about. If Lancer is the familiar of another Magus in this town, does that mean I've stuck my head into a conflict between Magi? Dude, he's putting it together.
結構広いのね。和風っていうのも新鮮だな。ああ、エミヤくん、そこが今？
Saying so, Tohsaka goes into the living room. I should stop thinking. Let's just listen to Tohsaka's story. I turn the lights on. It's already past 1 in the morning.
あ、寒っ。何よ、窓ガラス全開してるじゃない。
仕方ないだろう。ランサーってやつに襲われたんだ。なりふり構ってられなかったんだよ。
ああ、そういうこと。じゃあセイバーを呼び出すまで一人であいつとやり合ってたの？
やり合ってなんかない。ただ一方的にやられただけだ。
ふーん、変な見え張らないんだ。そっかそっか、ほんと見た目通りなんだ、エミヤくんって。
Tohsaka walks over to the broken window. There's really not much for me to say about what's going on because I know what happens. So really, I'm just kind of appreciating the internal monologue and kind of guessing what the bad endings could be. The first one I'm guessing is probably at Berserker versus Archer and Saber, like doing something stupid, I guess. I don't know. Walks over to the broken window. Tohsaka takes a piece of the shattered glass, takes a look at it, and maybe it's when Archer shoots that shot at Berserker. Chio runs, taking Saber. She cuts the tip of her finger and puts a drop of her blood onto the glass. What kind of magic is this? Shattered glass recombines and restores itself in a matter of seconds.
遠坂、今の。
ちょっとしたデモンストレーションよ。助けてもらったお礼にはならないけど、一応筋は通しておかないとね。もう私がやらなくともそっちで直したんだろうけど、こんなの魔力の無駄遣いでしょ。本当なら窓ガラスなんて取り替えれば済むけど、こんな寒い中で話すのもなんだし。
She says this as if it's completely natural. But needless to say, her skills are beyond my comprehension.
いや、すごいぞ遠坂。俺はそんなことできないからな。直してくれて感謝してる。
できないってそんなことないでしょ。たった数分前に割れたガラスの修復なんてどこの学派でも入門試験みたいなものでしょ。
そうなのか。俺は親父にしか教わったことがないから、そういう基本とか処方とか知らないんだ。
は？
Tohsaka freezes. Damn, it seems I said something I shouldn't have.
ちょっと待って。じゃあ何？エミヤ君は自分の工房の管理もできない半人前ってこと？
いや、工房なんて持ってないぞ、俺。
Well, I do have that shed as my training area, but I think Tohsaka would get mad if I call that my workshop.
まさかとは思うけど確認しとく。もしかしてあなた5大要素の扱いとかパスの作り方も知らない？
Trey-san? I honestly admit that I don't know. Wow, that's scary. She's so beautiful usually, so this makes her look pretty frightening now.
何？じゃああなた素人？
Pretty much.
そんなことないぞ。一応強化の魔術ぐらいは使える。
強化ってまたなんとも半端なのを使うのね。で、それ以外はからっきしってわけ？
まあ端的に言えば多分。
Her glare makes me answer vaguely. Yeah, probably not.
なんだってこんなやつにセイバーが呼び出されるのよ。まったく。
Makes me mad. I haven't been playing around. I know I'm an amateur, but I don't think it matters right now.
まあいいわ。もう決まったことに不平をこぼしても始まらない。そんなことより今は借りを返さないと。
Tohsaka takes a breath.
それじゃあ話を始めるけど、エミヤくん、自分がどんな立場にあるのか分かってないでしょ。
Nerd.
やっぱり。まあ一目で分かったけど、一応確認しとかないとね。
I think that was a weird phrase, but I stay quiet as I think she'll beat me up if I make fun of her now.
率直に言うとエミヤくんはマスターに選ばれたの。どっちかの手に精魂があるでしょ。手の甲とか腕とか個人差はあるけど3つの霊樹が刻まれているはず。それがマスターとしての証よ。
手の甲って、あ、これか。
そう、それはサーバントを律する呪文でもあるから大切にね。霊樹って言うんだけど、それがある限りはサーバントを従えていられるわ。
ある限りってどういうことだよ。
霊樹は絶対命令権なの。サーバントの意志をねじ曲げて絶対に言いつけを守らせる呪文がその刻印よ。発動に呪文は必要なくて、あなたが霊樹を使用するって思えば発動するから。で、その霊樹がなくなったらエミヤくんは殺されるだろうから、せいぜい注意して。
Only two left. Let's go.
俺が殺される？
そうよ。マスターが他のマスターを倒すのが聖杯戦争の基本だから。そうして他の6人を倒したマスターには望みを叶える聖杯が与えられるの。
Excuse me.
に？
Hold on. I don't understand what Tohsaka is talking about at all. The part about masters killing other masters? The part where the winner gets a holy grail? Wait, does she mean that holy grail?
まだわからない？要するにね、あなたはあるゲームに巻き込まれたのよ。聖杯戦争っていう7人のマスターの生存競争。
Tohsaka reinstates this as if it's the most natural thing in the world. Phrases I heard swirl in my head. I've been chosen as a master. Tohsaka said she is a master. Familiars called servants. And battle to the death between magi called the Holy Grail War.
待て、なんだそれ。いきなり何言ってんだお前。
気持ちはわかるけど、私は事実を口にするだけよ。それにあなただって心の底では理解しているんじゃない？一度ならず二度までもサーバントに殺されかけて、自分はもう逃げられない立場なんだって。
That's certainly I was almost killed by that Lancer guy, but
あ、違うわね。殺されかけたんじゃなくて殺されたんだっけ。よく生き返ったわね、エミヤくん。
not almost killed, but actually killed. That's right. I was killed by that guy. I should be more surprised about the fact that I'm alive than about the situation I'm in. The wound in my chest, the escaping blood, escaping warmth, and the pure voice I heard amidst all of that.
納得いった？とっくにあなたはそういう立場になってるのよ。何も分かってないからって逃げることなんてできないし、あなたも魔術師なら覚悟ぐらい決まってるでしょ。殺されるのが私たちだってね。
Tohsaka's in a good mood, maybe because she enjoys watching me be troubled. Yeah, I'm already prepared, but
トーサカ、俺がランサーに殺されたことを知ってるのか？
she saved your ass. I wonder how she knows that fact.
少し調子に乗りすぎたか。
He's acting suspiciously.
今のはただの推測よ。つまんないことだから忘れなさい。
Okay.
つまんないこ
Gotta
とじゃ
keep
ない
the
ぞ。
mystery.
俺はあの時誰かに。
い
Oh,
いから、そんなことよりもっと自分の置かれた立場を知りなさいっての。あなたも7人のマスターの一人、聖杯戦争の主役なんだから。
Tohsaka turns her back to me and paces as if she's a teacher or something. Hold on, I'll be right back. Like 3 seconds. Because why not?
いい？この町では何十年かに一度7人のマスターが選ばれて、それぞれサーバントが与えられるの。マスターは斧が手足であるサーバントを行使して他のマスターを潰していく。これが聖杯戦争と呼ばれる儀式のルールよ。私もマスターに選ばれた一人だからサーバントと契約したし、あなただってセイバーと契約した。エミヤ君は自分でセイバーを呼び出したわけじゃなさそうだけど、もともとサーバントってのは 聖杯が与えてくれる使い魔だからね。
Yeah, I mean, shit, if Ryunosuke can get chosen. Tohsaka's explanation is too brief for me to understand. But there's one thing I do wonder about.
ちょっと待ってくれ。遠坂はセイバーを使い魔だって言うけど、俺にはそうは思えない。だって使い魔っていうのは猫とか鳥だろ。そりゃ人の幽霊を扱うやつもいるって言うけど、セイバーはちゃんと体がある。それにとても使い魔なんかに見えない。
I glance at Saber. Saber's quietly listening to our conversation. He looks just like a human being. I don't know her identity, but she's a girl about my age.
使い魔ね。まあサーバントはその分類ではあるけど、位置づけは段違いよ。
Ghost
何しろ
Liner.
そこにいる彼女はね、使い魔としては最強とされるゴーストライナーなんだから。
ゴーストライナー。じゃあ
Well,
やっぱり幽霊
she
ってことか。
isn't. But usually, yes.
幽霊。似たようなものだけど、そんなもんと一緒にしたらセイバーに殺されるわよ。サーバントは受肉した過去の英雄、精霊に近い人間以上の存在なんだから。
Well, I don't know. Maybe Saber could be considered a ghost liner, but even though she's not really a servant. Semantics.
はあ、受肉した過去の英雄。
そうよ。過去だろうが現代だろうが、とにかく死亡した伝説上の英雄をこう引っ張ってきてね、実体化させるのよ。まあ呼び出すまでがマスターの役割で、後の実体化は聖杯がしてくれるんだけどね。魂を形にするなんてのは一介の魔術師には不可能だもの。
ちょっと待て、過去の英雄って、
Look over at Saber. She's a heroine from the past, too. Well, it's true that nobody would dress like that now, but still. Damn, just knock her
そんな
fashion.
不可能だ。そんな魔術聞いたことがない。
当然よ。これは魔術じゃないもの。あくまで聖杯による現象と考えなさい。そうでなければ魂を再現して固定化するなんてできるはずがない。
魂の再現って。じゃあサーバントは幽霊とは違うのか。
You're not ghost, Shiro.
違うわ。人間であれ動物であれ機械であれ、偉大な功績を残すと輪廻の枠から外されて一段階上に昇華するって話聞いたことない？
Interesting.
英霊っていうのはそういう連中よ。要するに崇め立て祀られて疑似的な神様になった者たちなんでしょうね。降霊術とか口寄せとか、そういう一般的な霊を扱う魔術は彼らの力の一部を借り受けて奇跡を起こすでしょ。けどこのサーバントっていうのは英霊本体を直接連れてきて使い魔にする。だから基本的には霊体としてそばにいるけど、必要とあらば実体化させて戦わせられるってわけ。
霊体と実体を使い分けられるってことか。さっき遠坂についてたやつが消えたのは霊体になったから。
そう。今はここの家の屋根で外を見張ってるわ。さっきの戦いで分かったと思うけど、サーバントを倒せるのは同じ霊体であるサーバントだけなの。そりゃ相手が実体化していればこっちの攻撃も当たるから、うまくすれば倒せるかもしれない。けどサーバントはみんな怪物じみてるでしょ。だから怪物の相手は怪物に任せて、マスターは後方支援をするっていうのがセオリーね。
Tosuka's explanation irritates me for some reason. Calls them monsters. I don't know about the other servants, but I don't want her to talk about Saber like that.
とにかくマスターになった人間は召喚したサーバントを使って他のマスターを倒さなければならない。そのあたりは理解できた？
言葉の上でなら。けど納得なんて言ってないぞ。そもそもそんな悪趣味なことを誰が何のために始めたんだ。
それは私が知るべきことでもないし、答えてあげることでもない。そのあたりはいずれちゃんと聖杯戦争を監督しているやつに聞きなさい。私が教えてあげられるのはね、あなたはもう戦うしかなくて、サーバントは強力な使い魔だからうまく使えってことだけよ。
By the way, if anyone is watching this that has not seen or played Unlimited Blade Works, stop watching now, because I don't think I've dropped any spoilers so far about what happens in the route, but I would not recommend continuing to watch. Oh, yes. It's a bit windy now. It must be partly because this place is on top of a hill. The wind is a bit stronger than normal and carries a sharp chill.
シロ、話は終わりましたか？
ああ、事情は嫌っていうほど思い知らされた。聖杯戦争のこともマスターのこともな。
それでは。
She comes closer and looks up at me. It's only natural for her to do so. Her fate is determined by my choice.
ああ、俺に務まるかどうかはわからないけど、マスターとして戦うって決めた。半人前な男で悪いんだけど、俺がマスターってことに納得してくれるか？
納得するも何もありません。あなたは初めから私のマスターです。この身はあなたの剣になると誓ったではないですか。
You know, Saber has said that for a long time. And I remember her saying that a lot in Unlimited Blade Works. And after playing Fate, it's like, he's your sheath, but not really in this route. That scene flashes through my mind.
そうだったな。セイバーがそう言ってくれると助かる。
I take a deep breath and look at Saber again.
それじゃあ握手しよう。これからよろしく、セイバー。
I extend my right hand. I don't care what relationship a master and a servant should have, nor do I know what I should be doing now. If this is the way things are going to be, I at least want our first greeting to be in style. Just dapper.
セイバー、あれ、もしかして握手はダメか？
いいえ、そんなことはありません。
She ain't used to that. Saber takes my hand as she says so.
今一度誓いましょう。あなたの身に霊樹がある限り、この身はあなたの剣になると。
ああ、よくわからないけど頼む。
Saber's really serious, so I nod. Come to think of it, this is weird. We're under the winter night sky, shaking hands with the crew I just met, and we're talking like we're making a contract.
その分じゃ放っておいても良さそうね、あなたたち。
I quickly let go of her hand, and I turn around and I see Tohsaka and that knight in red.
仲いいじゃない。さっきまでは話もしなかったのに大した変わりようね。何？セイバーのことは完全に信頼したってわけ？
いや、そういうわけじゃないけど、いや、そういうことになるのか。まだセイバーのことは何も知らないけど、これから一緒にやってくんだから。
Damn right you will.
そう。ならせいぜい気を張りなさい。あなたたちがそうなった以上、私たちも容赦しないから。
And mostly because Saber, like, just can always wreck Archer for reasons. I tilt my head in wonder. For a brief moment, I don't get what she said.
あのね、私たち敵同士だって理解してる？ここまで連れてきてあげたのは、あなたがまだ敵にもなっていなかったからよ。けど、これでエミヤ君もマスターの一人でしょ？なら、やるべきことは一つしかないと思うけど。
あ。
Well, she's right, but...
なんでさ、俺、遠坂と喧嘩するつもりはないぞ。
あ、やっぱりそうきたか。参ったな。これじゃあ連れてきた意味がないじゃない。
Tohsaka slumps her shoulders.
リン。
何？私がいいって言うまで口出しはしない約束でしょ。
Whoa, damn.
それは承知しているが、このままでは拉致が開く前、相手の覚悟など確かめるまでもない。倒しやすい敵がいるのなら、遠慮なく叩くべきだ。
そんなこと言われなくても分かってるけど。
分かっているのなら行動に移せ。それとも何か？君はまたその男に情けをかけるのか？まさかとは思うが、そういう事情ではあるまいな。
そんなわけないでしょ。
What?
ただこいつには借りがあるじゃない。 それを返さない限り気持ちよく戦えないだけよ。
Rin looks
ま
threatened.
た難儀な。では私は消えるぞ。借りとやらを返したのなら呼んでくれ。
Knight in red, Archer disappears. No, rather, I just can't see him anymore. According to Tohsaka, servants are spirits. Deborah says she cannot turn into spirit form, but I'm sure Tohsaka's servant can, since Tohsaka is a complete master. Yep, that's why. Well, that aside...
トーサカ、仮ってもしかしてさっきのことか。
そうよ。形はどうあれ、エミヤ君はレイジを使ってセイバーを止めたでしょ。だから少しは遠慮してあげなくちゃバランスが悪いってこと。
バランスって妙なことにこだわるんだな、トーサカは。
ええ、分かってるわ。こんなの心の贅肉だって理解してるわよ。けどしょうがないじゃない。私借りっぱなしって嫌いなんだから。
He turns away.
けどこんなのは期間限定のサービスなんだから。明日になったら容赦しないから、せいぜいセーバーと作戦でも立てなさい。
つまりサービスは今日いっぱいってわけか。
そうよ。まあここまで連れてきたのは私だし、その町に戻るぐらいまでは面倒見てあげるわ。
Tohsaka starts to walk without looking at us.
行きましょう、シロ。彼女の言う通り、ここに長居するのは良くない。
I nod to Saber and follow Tohsaka. Three of us descend the hill together. Might be because Tohsaka is walking ahead, but we go down the hill with few words. There's a forked road ahead of us. One path leads to the main street going towards the Shinto station, and the other leads to the big bridge leading to Miyama City. Tohsaka stops at the intersection.
トーサカ、なんだよ、いきなり立ち止まって。帰るなら橋の方だろ。
悪いけどここからは一人で帰って。エミヤ君にかまけてて忘れてたけど、私だって暇じゃないの。せっかくシントにいるんだから探し物の一つもして帰るわ。
探し物って他のマスターか。
そう。あなたがどう思っているか知らないけど、私はこの時をずっと待っていた。7人のマスターが揃って
Since you were a
西洋戦
child.
争っていう殺し合いが始まる
10
この夜をね。
years.
ならここでおとなしく帰るなんて選択肢はないでしょ。セイバーを倒せなかった分、他のサーバントでも仕留めないと気が済まないわ。
Tohsaka's eyes show her determination. Makes me realize Tohsaka Rin is a mattress. I'm trying to think, is there like a servant that they could find, that Rin and Archer could find right now that they could take out, just like right now? Caster, I mean, she's over at the Ryudo and she has Assassin. Lancer, Gaybog. I don't think Archer has high luck. Actually, I can't check it. Damn it. I can't in the main menu. Yeah, I don't think they could really take it. Berserker. Hell no. So, what did he take out last time? What, 6 lives? Still pretty damn awesome, but no. Yeah, man, they would be tough. Probably Medusa. Yeah, cause fucking Shinji. Her mentality and her knowledge as a magus are complete. Why?
だからここでお別れよ。義理は果たしたし、これ以上一緒にいると何かと面倒でしょ。きっぱり別れて、明日からは敵同士にならないと。
Why does she have this part of her that's unlike a magus? Cares, my man. Tsundere, she did not explain the rules to me out of any sense of obligation. Just supported me, understanding the situation I'm in, and acted fairly. Things are back to normal now that the explanations are over. As a master, I would just be a target to her now. But still, Tohsaka said those words to me. Tohsaka, everything that happened tonight is unnecessary. It would be troublesome if we stayed together any longer. It's going to say something like that, she should have left us alone from the beginning. Tohsaka's smart, so she should know that all too well. Still, she set aside all thoughts of loss or gain and helped me out. Tohsaka in front of me is so different from the one at school. Even when I put it nicely, she's sour, cranky, unapproachable, and so different that I want to scream. And it feels almost like a fraud. Yet still, Tohsaka Rin is just how everyone thought she was.
トサカいいやつなんだな。
は？何よ突然。おだてたって手は抜かないわよ。
I know that. You won't go easy on me, and that's why she said it would be a bother if she feels empathy for me.
知ってるけど、できれば敵同士にはなりたくない。俺、お前みたいなやつは好きだ。
That's a line that made it to the anime, I remember. And then, Tohsaka falls silent for some reason. The silent suburbs, the church at the top of the hill, and the silence of the foreigner's cemetery feel surprisingly warm. It would almost be nice if, you know, you weren't about to go through the craziest experience of your lives.
とにかくサーバントがやられたら迷わずさっきの教会に逃げ込みなさいよ。そうすれば
Well, actually,
命だけは
I
助
should
かるんだ
save saying that when I get to Heaven's Field. Oh my god, it's gonna be so hype.
ああ、気が引けるけど一応聞いておく。けどそんなことにはならないだろう。どう考えてもセイバーより俺の方が短命だ。
The natural way to feel.
うん。
Tohsaka reacts strangely once again. After letting out a sigh, she glances at Saber.
いいわ。これ以上の忠告は本当に感情移入になっちゃうから言わない。せいぜい気をつけなさい。いくらセーバーが優れているからってマスターであるあなたがやられちゃったらそれまでなんだから。
Turns her back and starts walking. But, as if she's seen a ghost, her feet stop dead in their tracks. Here we go.
お話は終わり？
Tohsaka. A youthful voice echoes through the night. The melodic tone is unmistakably that of a young girl. My vision is drawn to the top of the hill. There. I don't know when the clouds parted, but a brilliant moon is now shining in the sky. Shadow is long and grotesque like a devil in a picture book. This gloomy town of shadow picture stands a figure that should not be there.
Berserker.
Tohsaka mumbles a word I'm not accustomed to hearing. Even though I don't know what she means, I can feel the giant's dreadfulness all too well. That thing is not human. Then it is one of the beings called servants, just like Saber. Oh, you sweet,
こんばんは。
sadistic child.
こうして会うのは2度目だね。
The girl smiles as she says this. That innocence sends a chill down my spine. The girl looks so out of place next to the thing behind her, it feels like I'm dreaming. No, chill is an understatement. Not just my body, but my mind is frozen as well. That thing is a monster. I'm not even staring at it, but its mere presence roots me to the spot.
驚いた。単純な能力だけならセイバー以上じゃない。あ、
Tohsaka glares at the monster above her, clicking her tongue. Her I see despair and the spirit to not lose to it.
あーちゃん、あれは力押しでなんとかなる相手じゃない。ここはあなた本来の戦い方に徹するべきよ。
He murmurs this quietly. Light without form replies to her.
了解した。だが守りはどうする？リンではあれの突進は防げまい。
こっちは3人よ。しのぐだけなら何とでもなるわ。
Well, one of you can. He must have nodded to her words. Presence behind Tohsaka vanishes instantly.
エミヤ君、逃げるか戦うかはあなたの自由よ。けど、できるなら何とか逃げなさい。相談は済んだ。なら、始めちゃっていい？
Girl laughs playfully. He curtsies in a manner quite out of place in such a situation.
はじめまして、リン。私はイリアスフィール・フォン・アインツベルって言えばわかるでしょ？アインツベル。
Tohsaka's body stiffens, apparently recognizing that name. Perhaps she liked Tohsaka's reaction as the girl smiles happily, and then...
じゃあ殺すね。やっちゃえ、バーサーカー。
He orders a strange shape behind her as if she's singing. And it begins. The massive form flies through the air. One bound, the thing called Berserker crosses the dozens of meters from the top of the hill.
白下がって。
In the moonlight, bullets rain down on the descending giant like shooting stars. Yes, They have extreme accuracy. Silver lights that are shooting through the giant are indeed arrows, though the word arrow is an understatement. It's like a barrage from a machine gun, and each shot could pierce through rocks. 8 shots of that. Should be able to mow down houses, but
嘘、聞いていない。
it has no effect on the giant. The two swords clash. The giant sword of Berserker who came down through a rain of arrows. The sword of Saber who ran to his landing spot. The two blades spark on contact. Swords clash. Even though she is overpowered by Berserker's attack, Saber does not yield. Silver lights run through the darkness. How much magical energy is in that small body of hers? And though Saber's obviously weaker, she is proving to be a match against Berserker. He blocks, parries, and faces the assault of that giant sword head on. I must not be the only one who's awed. Master of that giant and the one standing next to me, Tohsaka, are also fascinated by Saber's figure.
あちゃ、援護。
In response to her voice, a silver light is fired out. Silver light strikes the giant right in his temple. Arrow that came flying through the air is as powerful as a tank shell. No matter what this giant may be, he has to take some damage from that.
取った。
Saber clashes with their invisible sword right after the shot connects. But her attack is countered by a huge blow and Saber is flung away. Saber slides across the asphalt. Black whirlwind runs in pursuit and silver lights come flashing down to intercept him. They have no effect. 3 arrows hit the giant square in his forehead but simply disappear. Giant does not stop. Saber blocks the giant blade with her own. My scream is meaningless. Saber blocks Berserker's sword head on. She is flung away like a ball and she falls to the ground. Is she dizzy? Saber has her knees on the ground and does not move.
とどめね。潰しなさい。バーサーカー。
Girl's voice echoes. The black giant charges at Saber with brutal speed.
あちゃ、続けて。
Tohsaka starts running as she screams. You must intend to help Saber. Runs up the hill while taking out something that looks like a rock. Oh, it's a rock. I love that, like, every German incantation she does has, like, a really, like, tinny reverb. Tohsaka scatters obsidian jewels in the sky, and numerous silver lights come flying from the heavens. Even with that, Berserker's charge does not stop. Monster. I finally understand how absurd he is. The giant isn't just strong. He must be protected by some law of immortality created from abnormal amounts of magical energy.
いいよ。うるさいのは無視しなさい。
12 labors, yo. But not even 12 labors, because those are his lives. He's just a fucking tank.
どうせアーチャーとリンの攻撃じゃ、あなたの宝具を超えられないんだから。
Girl's voice rings out. Giant sword is swung, and Saber bravely blocks it with her sword and is flung away once again. He flies dozens of meters. Saber flies through the air like a pitcher's fastball and plows into the open terrain off the road. Must be dead. Once is bad enough. He can't be okay after receiving such a blow twice. The black whirlwind moves. Yes, the match is already decided, but he's not done yet. Giant called Berserker roars and charges onto the open land. She'll die. Even if Saber's still alive, she'll surely die now. And as long as I'm here, I'm sure I'll die as well.
できるのなら、なんとか逃げて。
Oh no, the one who said that isn't here. Tohsaka went after Berserker. Must intend to keep fighting against this monster that is unscathed by all those attacks. Yo. My goodness. Okay. Cannot load. And this one here is one I made when I was getting the bad endings. Here we go. Actually, hold on. Before I make this choice, what am I gonna do? What kills Shiro? I think the right choice is follow them. So I think the obvious wrong choice Tohsaka's right. Saber drew Berserker away from here. And I should get away from this dangerous place and await Saber's return. Passed the bridge from Shinto and ran straight home. Never looked back as I ran. I don't know if I was scared of the unknown pursuer or if I felt guilty for leaving Saber behind. Anyway, I desperately ran here. The living room is just as I left it. The air has been motionless ever since Lancer attack and Tohsaka came here. I go near the restored window. Find two small pieces of glass on the floor that Tohsaka must have overlooked. I murmur to myself. I don't know why, but I don't feel like turning the lights on. I hide in the darkness as if to hide my weakness. But what I should be thinking about, what I should say, running away from these things. People that were here until a few hours ago. People who were by my side until a few minutes ago. I have to ask myself if it was right to leave them behind, but I can't bring myself to get out of the dark. The wall clock points to 3. It's been 30 minutes since then. No matter who won, I'm sure the battle is over now. I should go back. When I raise my head to turn the lights on and cheer myself up, sharp pain runs through my left hand. R.I.P. Saber. Color is faded from my command spell. Though the shape is still there, the bright light that proves I am Saber's master has disappeared. I understand instinctively what that means.
Saber!
I follow my instinct and run out from the darkness. I run outside. I won't make it now. I know I can't make it, but I start to run back. And I'm stabbed in the heart by some unknown thing.
Yeah,
Can't hear too well. I can tell there's someone in front of me, the one who stabbed my heart, but I can't see very clearly. Third time's the charm, eh? One in front of me sneers and tells me I am stupid. One in front of me is laughing that I have no way of surviving without my servant. That's right. Miyashiro will be killed the instant Saber is lost. If I don't have a way to protect myself, I have no way to survive without Saber. I didn't realize that, and I secluded myself. This is the result. Doesn't matter if I'm in the house or if I run away somewhere. Good job, Llama. My mind starts to fade. I don't care who it is or what I got stabbed by. Doesn't matter if I die today or tomorrow. Because the instant my command spell lost its brightness, my life was lost as well. Yay! Alright. Yay! We're back. Oh dear. Oh no. Hey, you guys did get the makeover. Oh, I thought the intro was different. I guess not. Yes.
激動の遠坂さんルートが始まったけど、イリアちゃん、何か言うことある？
You know what? And not only just seeing the bad endings, I have to see the continued story of the Tiger Dojo. It's important now. Oh my gosh.
風ネタつかませてごめんなさいでした。
反省するように。確かにタイトルインは変わったみたいだけど、内容は以前のまま、むしろ。
Oh man.
第2部になって連中の長領が目立ち始めたようね。テこ入れ？
そうね。私はともかく、タイガはキャラ的にちょっと弱いもの。やっぱりこれからは私をメインにして、タイガはゲスト扱いにした方が。さて、今回のデッドエンドであるが、原因は何かな？造反員1号。
You rebel.
はーい。 シロウが臆病風に吹かれたからです。あ、星は不明のままっす。
Right.
屋敷を出た途端不意打ちで殺されたのよね。今回はアーチャーが健在なんだから強気でバーサーカーと戦わないと。以前やられた借りを返しちゃいなさい。
I love that they're referencing fate.
ふーん、そううまくいくかしら。アーチャーがどこの英雄だろうと、まだ私を倒せるほどの勢力じゃないと思うけどな。
I wonder if they're gonna react to the reveal.
勝負はやってみなくちゃわからないわ。今回はセーバーちゃんルートとは違うんだから。
そう
True.
なら結果を見てみましょう。急増のコンビが私相手にどこまで戦えるかどうかをね。
Okay, Ilya.
本性出し始めたな、この悪魔っ子。ところでずっと疑問だったんだけど聞いていいかな、イリアちゃん。イリアちゃんって魔術師としてのレベルはどうなの？登坂さんと同じくらい？
私厳密に言うと私は魔術師じゃないわ。どっちかっていうとキャスターに近い存在で、生まれてから魔術を習ったんじゃなくて生まれつき魔術を知ってるの。
わかるようなわかり
Which is
たくない
crazy.
ような。要するにイリアちゃん本当に悪魔？
タイがあったらたまに可愛いこと言うのね。
そういう確信つくようなこと言うと殺しちゃう
Oh.
ぞ。
Oh. Is that the Sayu being different?
なんか怖い顔出た。助けて、バビロニアの神よ。
まったくつまんない話聞こえたから。
God of Babylon. Oh. Oh. Was that foreshadowing? Oh. And I know Gilgamesh didn't rule Babylon, it was Uruk, but yeah. Let's keep going.
私が何者かなんてそのうち嫌でもわかるのに。さあ、シローは続き。新しい戦いは始まったばかりよ。こんなところでつまずいてないで、早くセイバーのところに戻ってあげること。
Okay. Let's see. Yep, that filled in that number 15 slot nicely. It was messing with me, seeing it empty there. Well, the right answer is to follow them. Seeing as there's not another Tiger Dojo to get, stay here won't get me anything different. It might even get me the same ending or just something slightly different, but I'm gonna pick it anyway. Can't move from here.
できるなら逃げなさい。
Actually, I think Shiro does feel like paralyzed for a while in the anime, and then he does end up running after Tohsaka. Huh. Not obedient enough to follow her words, but I can't go after Berserker either. I'm scared of going up against that monster. More than that, what can I do even if I go? Yeah, I think I just picked the right choice. Whatever. I stand by myself in the dark. It's vexing, but I have no way to fight. I can neither help Saber nor fight Berserker. If there's anything I can do, it's run to a safe place right now. I hear unfamiliar noises from the top of the hill, from the open area that Saber was flung into. If I remember correctly, that's the Foreigner Cemetery. Saber and Berserker. Their fight must still be going on. This is my final decision. Oh my goodness. See, I'm doing it for the stamps, for the Tiger Dojos, but... Oh, screw it. I can't be a burden on Saber. I can't do anything even if I follow them, and Saber should be able to run away if she's by herself. Saber got Berserker away from here. If she was protecting me, I can't stay in this dangerous place forever. Oh. Oh. Oh, oh, it's the same. God damn it. This is the same. Yeah, it's the same thing, isn't it? All right. Okay. So it gives you a second chance if you choose to stay. So I'm gonna do follow. I know I won't be able to do anything even if I do go, but still, I still feel her hand in mine. Oh, I told her we'll try our best. She shook the hand I held out. So.
もうそんなの決まってるじゃないか。
Wait, it's not time for that. I'll be killed if I go up the hill after that giant. My body is trembling from that fact, but I suppress it and run up the slope.
Saber!
I run into the open land. And then, the scenery there is totally unexpected. Oh dear. Gravestones are flying around. Every time the giant swings his sword, the heavy gravestone are split in two. In the midst of it, a knight bravely runs through the storm of gravestones. The axe sword rages around. Gravestones are flung aside. The Chaos Saber is fighting Berserker with the same no, with more power than before. Yes, their positions are reversed here. The advantage belongs to someone with a small body like Saber. Berserker is hindered by obstacles. Saber acts as if there's nothing in her way. I'm sure that a hindrance of this degree is only trivial for Berserker. It's more than nothing. Only a slight difference, but that slight difference is tipping the scale the other way now. Hey.
前に出るととばっちり食らうわよ。何考えてんのよあんた。逃げろって言ったでしょ。それとも何？もしかして聞こえなかったわけ？
But Tohsaka, I died. She's really angry.
いや、聞こえてた。けど、そういうわけにもいかないだろう。
はあ？なんでそういうわけにもいかないなんて結論が出るのよ。エミヤ君は戦う手段がないんだから、いるだけ邪魔ってわからない？いろいろやって死ぬんならしょうがないけど、何もせずにやられちゃったら無駄死にってもんじゃない。
Rest your break. Be right back. I don't know why, but Tohsaka is seriously angry. No, I'm getting yelled at. I don't feel bad for some reason.
なあ、それ遠坂が怒ることか。
You shouldn't.
別に俺が無駄死にしようと遠坂には関係ないだろう。
Not for that reason, though.
関係あるわよ。今日一杯は見逃してあげるって言ったんだから、ちゃんと家に帰ってもらわないと困るの、私が。
I'm confused even more now. Tohsaka sure had a different face on at school.
たく、とにかくまだ無事なんだから、今のうちに逃げなさい。あのイリアスフィールってガキ、本気で私たちを皆殺しにするつもりだろうから。
それは分かってる。けど逃げられるわけないだろう。
それは一人前のセリフよ。何の援護もできないあなたがいても無駄死にするだけでしょ。これが最後よ。いいから早く逃げなさい。
そんなことあるもんか。体がある限りできることはあるはずだ。それにな、遠坂。自分にできないことを人にやらせる気か、お前。
Tohsaka looks at me with a serious expression.
そうね。自分にできないことをあなたに強制するなんて恥知らずはこっちだった。
He looks away.
まあ、
well, that's that.
確かに逃げる必要はないかもね。あの調子じゃセイバーは負けないだろうし。
Tohsaka takes a peek from behind the tree. Ooh, it's nice still. Their battle's continuing without change. Berserker's attacks smash through the empty space and only destroy his surroundings. Between the attacks, then the swirling whirlwind and flying clouds, then the rain of broken gravestones, Saber rushes in without even dirtying her armor and attacks Berserker. It is a divine work of utmost excellence. My fear has disappeared, seeing this battle as totally impossible for mere humans. Instead, I am fascinated. I could not believe I was in this Holy Grail War thing, and I also had some uneasiness. Dancing swords. Within the whirlwind of fatal destruction, the knight challenges the enemy without hesitation. Maybe this scene made me accept everything. No matter what may fall upon us in the future, I'll be able to match even a fierce god if I have Saber with me.
やっぱりね。怪しいとは思ったけど、バーサーカーの剣を受けたのはわざとだったわけか。
それはバーサーカーをここに誘い込むためか。
Yeah, it's a lot more advantageous of an environment.
分かってるじゃない。 遮蔽物のない場所であれと戦うのは自殺行為よ。だからこそセイバーは戦場にこの場所を選んだ。
Facts. Then, Saber must have determined that this place was a suitable battlefield when we were walking down the hill.
もちろんこんな戦いになったら援護は期待できない。けど相手はアーチャーの矢さえ無効化する怪物だもの。援護なんて初めっから無意味なのよ。
Tohsaka murmurs that she watches the battle between Saber and Berserker.
あーちゃん、いや
But those words catch my attention. Archer isn't here. If he really is an archer, he should not fight hand to hand, but... She got him. Tohsaka snaps her fingers. Just as she said, Saber's sword must have hit Berserker or he must have lost his footing. Berserker's body, holding firm until now, loses its balance. Yes. The beast lashes out desperately. Saber dodges it by jumping back and holds her sword with both hands. This is it. As his desperate attack is dodged, Saber loses his balance even more. Berserker, and Saber bends her knees to charge in with all her power. Right then.
アーチャー離れろってどういうこと？
Oh no, not this. I noticed Tohsaka's confused voice and sense an intent to kill aimed from a faraway place. Kaladbog. Behind me, I see the knight in red standing on a rooftop hundreds of meters away, readying his bow. It's either Naja or Chill. He's readying a bow that's no different from before. Cannot even scratch Berserker even with a direct hit. There's no need to feel any threat from it. Feel Chill. What he is readying in his bow is not an arrow, but something completely different. His intent to kill isn't just directed at Berserker. Oh dear. I act instantly. I'm doing this because I think it's the wrong choice. When I notice, I'm yelling at the top of my lungs.
Master?
She looks dumbfounded. Saber slows down as she hears my voice. But that's not enough. She won't make it if she only slows down.
危険です。もっと後ろに下がって。
バカ、危ないのはそっちだ。とにかくこっちに。
I reach out to her with my hands.
私が
Must have understood me as she turns her back to Berserker and jumps away with all her might. Right after her retreat, he shoots the arrow. Saber jumps back like a spark and Berserker tries to pursue Saber. Archer's arrow is fired right between them. Archer's arrows have not had any effect so far. The black giant ignores it as if saying it's not worth blocking. But at that moment, the black giant turns his back to us and attacks the arrow coming at him with all his might. Boom. In that instant, all sound is lost. Yes. I throw myself on top of Saber and brace myself. Maybe I've gone deaf as I can't hear anything. All I can feel is the heat burning my skin and the shaking of the ground. Many things go flying through the air and a piece of something pierces my back. I grit my teeth and endure it. The blinding light must have only lasted for an instant. Managed to survive the destruction. So both choices are correct, I assume. That's interesting. Saber's staring in astonishment. Doing the same as well. I don't know what happened. Archer's arrow razed the cemetery in an instant. There's a crater at the center of the explosion. Archer has created this destruction. Giants still exist in spite of such abolition.
Berserker. ランク A に該当する宝具を受けて、なお無傷なんて。
Allegedly. Saber's voice is weak. This is noise I'm hearing. Like vocals. Saber's voice is weak. Sparks are flying through the night air. The black giant is standing still in the fire and everybody here watches this terrible spectacle without words. The crackling of the flames is the only sound present. Right when I start to think that this might turn into a big fire, something rolls towards me with a noise.
Ken?
No, it is an arrow. An arrow with a gorgeous hilt and a spiral blade. Even if it's a sword, it is an arrow if it's used as a projectile. I don't know why it catches my attention so much. The arrow broken by Berserker disappears as if melting into the fire. It fades away like candy melting under heat. It makes me feel like vomiting for some reason.
シロ
Used it like a broken phantasm, yeah?
アーチャーの嫌だ。それ以外はわからない。
I raise my head to look at the distant archer. I shouldn't be able to see him. I shouldn't be able to see him, but I do. He's smiling. He's smiling as if to tell me that he wasn't aiming just at Berserker.
あいつ。
I feel a headache. Chill running down my back won't go away. It's probably a lot easier to guess things about Archer playing through this. I imagine later on Shiro has a lot of internal monologue about Archer during this route. My spine is burning like it does when I fail to create a magic circuit.
ふーん、見直したわ、リン。やるじゃない。あなたのアーチャー。
Damn right he is. The girl's cheerful voice echoes through the air.
いいわ。戻りなさい、バーサーカー。つまらないことは初めに済まそうと思ったけど、少し予定が変わったわ。
The black shadow wavers. The giant starts to retreat through the fire.
何よ、ここまでやって逃げる気？ええ、気が変わったの。セイバーはいらないけど、あなたのアーチャーには興味が湧いたわ。
Okay. The giant disappears. The girl giggles.
それじゃあ、バイバイ。また遊ぼうね。
バイバイ。
お兄ちゃん。
Saying this, she goes away. Just walks back. The unexpected disaster leaves. Fusco must not intend to follow that girl in spite of what she said. Even I can tell that the girl let us go. But I don't think Tohsaka will go and seek out such a reckless fight.
助かりました、マスター。あなたが声をかけてくれなければ、私もアーチャーの宝具に巻き込まれていた。
ああ、それは。
マスター。
What's wrong with me? Even though I'm not wounded, I feel sick and my consciousness is...
エミヤ君？何、顔が真っ青じゃない、あなた。
マスター。シロ。
My knees buckle. My vision goes white.
しっかり。何があったのです、一体。
I feel someone support me as I start to fall. The feeling fades as all my senses go away. What's left is this throbbing within me. What's irritating me? What am I so concerned about? About to fall unconscious, but my head continues to throb. Do you forget that some shit hit his back? Oh, it appears my game crashed.